All right. Welcome to the VANNGuard Show. I am Victoria Van, your lovely host with the most. Thank you all for tuning in. So tonight I have a special guest. They are known as Team Cooper. So let's give it up for Team Cooper. Woo! I have Michael and Michelle. And this is a kind of a pre-Valentine's, if you will, show. And the reason being is because this couple is dynamic, right? And the VANNGuard show is about truth. It's about being vulnerable. It's about finding strength in vulnerability, being transparent, and then just keep it 100% real,
Definitely,
right?
Absolutely.
So we're going to talk about relationships. We're going to talk about dating. We're going to talk about being single, dating on purpose, and of course, marriage, right?
Yes, of course.
Yes. So first of all, let me tell you how happy I am to have you on the show.
We're happy to be here.
You all represent what Black love looks like for Black History Month. So come on with it.
Come through.
So, as I tell all of my guests, I do have questions already kind of established. But when the Holy Spirit kick in, I'll let Spirit have its way, and then we just go with the flow.
Yeah.
So today we're going to forget about these cameras, although y'all still call in at 708-223-8953. I should make a jingle like Empire, but you all feel free to call in now. We are taking questions throughout the interview. But this is an opportunity for us to really just talk about relationships and Black love and just universal love, right? Because love has no color. But we do want to focus in on the marriages in the Black community as well and what that looks like. So the reason why you guys are here is because number one, you're coaches.
Okay.
Right?
Yep. That's right.
You're relationship coaches.
Yes.
Yep.
You're godly.
Yes.
Amen.
Amen.
Rooted in Jesus.
Preaching this Sunday.
You all lead marriage ministries.
Yes,
Correct.
we do.
Yes.
And you're authors.
Yes.
I mean, come on.
What else?
Wait a minute. And hold on. I got them on this show because how long y'all been married?
It'll be 35 years in October.
35 years and counting.
Yes.
Man, let's just get right
No
into
turning
it.
back.
No turning back. Y'all really gonna do this death until what is it? Death till
Death
death
do
us
us
part. Woo!
Yes.
Yes, I love that. Okay, so
Yes.
let's talk about this. I know everybody sees all of the polish you, what you guys got going on. You got your sweatshirt, the
Yeah.
Team
Team
Cooper in the
Cooper in the
house. You got
house.
all of that
Right.
stuff, You rocking my favorite color too, by the way. I forgot
Okay.
to tell you that. So you got all these great things going, but I want people to know like who you are past the love story. So what is it that people don't see that you want to share?
What people don't see is the work that it takes to show you what you do see. The apologies that need to go forward, the nurturing back to health, and the praying. Some you may see me praying in church, but do you see me praying at home? Because marriage takes work, and it takes God.
So you mentioned it takes work.
Yes.
And see now I got these questions, but here I'm about to deviate because
Okay.
let's fish.
See, I call it different, but go ahead.
Oh, okay. What you call it?
Investment.
Oh,
It takes an investment.
So let's explain the two because I'm sure it's probably the same thing or not, but explain what work means for you and what investment means for you.
Work for me means action. It means being present in his presence. We can sit in front of TV all day and flip through our phone, right? But if he needs me, am I available? Even though I'm in the same room, am I available to talk with him? Am I available to serve him? We don't outserve each other. I mean, outdo each other. We outserve each other.
What do you mean by serve each other?
You want to explain?
Well, the way it's kind of the same thing. It's like we don't try to one up each other. Meaning she do something for me. Okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do two things for her. It is. I see what she needs. She sees what I need, and we just automatically do it for each other. We take care of each other. We love on each other. We pour into each other.
Yeah.
The investment part is literally taking time to pour into each other and pour into the relationship. So when times get hard, you have something to extract from the relationship.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's like putting money. It's like going to the bank trying to take out money, but you've never put anything in there.
Okay. What you say? You gonna overdrive?
Overdrive.
All right. So let's break that down, because when you're saying, all right, listen, I want to reinvest. This is reciprocal. Okay. This is not a one-sided thing.
Right.
I need to be present. Right. That's what I heard. Right. We
Yes.
need to be present. Right. When we're talking about pouring into each other and serving, how do you instinctually know? Like it's almost like you have like intuition of being like, okay, you know what? I know that Michelle needs this. I'm going to do that without Michelle asking. Like, is that how it works? Because I'm trying to understand the serving part. Because sometimes, and let me just keep it a buck,
Okay.
because sometimes people start talking about, especially when we get into the Christian part of it, you got a man, women submit to the man.
Obey and
Yep.
submit.
And then you
Yeah.
got to obey. And then it talks about serving. And all of a sudden they get that mindset that a woman is just supposed to be there
Right.
and just cater to her man, and she doesn't have an identity in this, and that makes a good woman and a good wife. And so that kind of makes people steer away from the ideal of a Christian marriage and things of that nature. And your marriage is based in Christianity. That's your
Absolutely.
base.
Right.
So I need you all to kind of demystify what that looks like, because there's a lot of stereotypes and wrong kind of misconceptions, if you will, about a Christian marriage. So can we unpack the idea of serving? Because you said you knew what to do. You guys do that. And what do you mean by being present? Give us some tips out there in the world, especially if you got people who are looking to get married, people who are dating on purpose, which you're going to talk about that in a minute,
Right.
and then people who are currently married. Like no one, I could say it's almost like a parent. For me being a mother, I didn't get a parent book. I read
Right.
a lot of those parenting books, but no one taught me how to parent my son.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm still learning as we go, and so and I think that can be true with marriage too, right? And so tell me more about how you unpack, how you serve each other instinctually. Did that take time? Was that something that you all went to counseling for before and you were taught this? Like, tell me how that worked.
It is being a student of your spouse. You're
Oh, that
constantly
is
learning.
good.
We are
Say it
constantly-
again.
Be a student of your spouse.
Both ways.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I love it. Now come on, talk to me. See, this is good.
So what I liked 20 years ago,
Mhm.
I don't like now.
Okay.
And not because, for instance, if it's a food, not because it has, changed, but my taste buds have changed. The places that I used to love to go to, I'm a little older now, so I don't want to go walk around the mall. I'm gonna order online.
Right.
So, but
I'm not going
for
to the
him-
club.
Right. For him, he may want to go walk around the mall. So I may have to do it sometime. That's my part of serving him. Even though I don't want to do it,
Yeah, I got it.
it makes him happy. So I'm going to do
So
it.
you're going to serve him, and that's serving.
Absolutely.
And what about you? Because you said serving and investment.
Right.
Right.
When you talk about investing, it's like you said, doing something for me because I want to do it. Going places that I want to go because she knows it's going to make me happy. Going places that she wants to go because I know it's going to make her happy. And it doesn't just happen by osmosis. It is literally having the conversation about what do you like?
Yes.
What do you need? What do you want? I think all too often we just believe that we're just supposed to know our spouse. We're just supposed to know what they need. No, you have to tell your spouse what you need. You have to ask what they need.
Yeah.
And it's real important to have that line of communication, because if you don't have that line of communication, it's like you're just sitting there, talking to a wall or talking to yourself, because you have to tell your spouse what you need, and you have to be willing to ask them what they need. And they have to be willing to share.
And willing to adjust and
Yes.
share. So what I'm hearing is you got to have really transparent, brutal conversations.
Yes.
How is it that how do you frame those conversations where people when you all don't take offense? Because when offense kicks in, then you're not receiving
Become
it, right?
defensive.
Yeah. So how do you You got a smile on your face because I think that was a flashback. So
No.
share now I'm gonna probe, right? So now I want you to think back and give me a time where a conversation in your mind was supposed to go one way, but it came out totally different, and the outcomes were different. And then you all kind of circle back around. What was the learning point in that? You know what I mean? So talk to me about that.
Well, first thing I'll say is sometimes sometimes you're going to be offended.
Yes.
Okay.
Sometimes you're going to be offended. Sometimes you're going to be hurt. Sometimes you're going to cry. But the idea is not to be abusive.
And do you mean like emotionally abusive?
Emotionally, verbally,
Okay.
definitely not physically.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and always understand that you are fighting with each other, not against each other. So whatever that problem is the two of us working towards fixing that problem, not fighting each other.
Got it. So that's the mindset you got to have. Like that's the foundation. We're fighting with each other, not against each other.
Exactly.
Why is that so doggone simple and yet so complicated to practice?
And I don't know, because I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, baby, but it's like I always say, you can work with somebody for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, people that you don't really like, and never have a disagreement or altercation with them, but come home and fight with your wife every week, fight with your husband every week, the person that's supposed to be the closest to you, but you could go to work with people that you don't really care for and adjust to them and understand how to regulate your emotions and regulate your feelings and not fight with them, but come home and can't do the same thing at home. You know, it's a choice. It's a choice. It is a choice that we make. And a lot of it is I know for us, we had to rely on God.
Absolutely.
We had to rely on God because I was a hothead.
Oh, okay. Pause on that because I'm coming back to that. What you were going to say something? I want to make sure we get your perspective.
Like you said, it's a choice. I mean, you have to be intentional. You have to be deliberate about your relationship. You know, if this is what you want, are you willing to fight for it, or you're just gonna walk away at the drop of a hat?
Okay, so listen, you were a hothead. So when he was and we're gonna talk about this. When you were a hothead, were you with her?
Yes.
Okay.
See, but I was never a hothead with her, though. I don't think. I was never a hothead with her.
Okay.
You know, I was. I didn't understand slow to anger.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't understand slow to anger. I had two modes, either real calm or not.
Okay, there was no in between for you.
No in between.
Okay, 0 to 100.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so as a result, because I didn't want to go to 100 with her, I just stayed down here, and she didn't get anything from me.
Oh, that had to be tough.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that, because I feel like what you're saying, and I appreciate you guys being so darn transparent right now, because people who are watching this and who are going to go back and watch it, they're going to get something from that. People that are in marriages, people in the not in marriages, who are just kind of learning who they are.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you have to be a whole person before you enter into a relationship and be serious about it. Because if you're looking to find yourself in somebody else, you got a whole nother situation. You know what I mean? And so what you're saying, like, I had to kind of back that up and slow it down, was really you saying I had to really learn who I was and how I came across in this relationship, right?
Well,
I was affecting you.
It was hard for me because when I see him on the outside going from 0 to 100, I'm like, okay, if I do something in the house, is he gonna go there? So sometimes I felt like I was walking on eggshells, but it never happened. And I'm like, okay, what if? So now my mind is playing tricks on me, like, well, what if you do something crazy? Is he gonna go off and explode? How you gonna deal with it? So it was difficult.
That was tough. I can imagine. And how did you get past that? Like, what were some of the things that you were doing in terms of letting him know how you felt about that?
I would distance myself.
Oh, so you kind of retreated then?
Yes.
Okay. And did you notice that she was retreating?
I did notice that she was retreating. I didn't understand it at first. I just thought it was like, why are you pulling away from me? I didn't know it was reciprocal. I didn't know that what I was putting out was causing her to do what she was doing. And what she was putting out, it was just like we got on this cycle of I do something, she do something, and we just kept going. And what I had to realize is that I had to almost be a thermostat. I had to be the thermostat of my house.
Oh, I like that.
Meaning that I had to find that level, and that's where I stay. And I don't go down here. I don't go down there. And if she gets upset, which she don't really do, if she gets upset, she goes up here. It's okay. I'll be right here when you're ready for me. When she goes down here, okay, it's okay. I'll be right here. Come on up here.
Yeah.
You know, and once she realized, okay, he's stable.
Yeah, that's what it was.
How long did that take? How long did the stability kick in? Like, how long did that take for the stability to kick in?
Because it was consistent, I was able to trust it.
Okay.
So I don't want to say it took a while. It was more so me wanting to make sure that he was going to be consistent. You know, he showed it, but I'm like, I don't know. I seen you go crazy last week on somebody else. Was like, but because he showed that it was consistent, you know, I was able to grow with it.
Okay. And how was this early on in the marriage,
Oh,
or
yeah.
like how many years were you married when you were kind of going through this?
We had our honeymoon phase was about what, 7 years or so? About 7 years. About 7 years. And my flying off the handle, it was never with her. It was like she said, it was with other people. I was quick to anger with other people. And I snap off on somebody in a heartbeat. And what I had to realize is that one, it didn't really get me anywhere. It didn't get me the things I saw. It didn't get me the things when I learned to regulate my emotions everywhere, I would say that's right around. It took a while. Probably somewhere around the 15-year mark, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
15, 20 year is when I really started saying, okay, you can't just keep flying off the handle on people.
So it took you about 15 to 20 years?
Yeah.
And y'all been married 35?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm doing the math. You know.
Oh wow.
All right.
But you know what? She was the turning point for me. She was the turning point because of where I grew up. Literally, I grew up in Joliet, Illinois.
Okay.
And we used to come home, and literally, as I was approaching Joliet, approaching the Richard Street exit, which is the exit I get off to go to my mom's house, she told me my whole demeanor changed.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
My whole demeanor changed because my mom was loving, she was caring, and she opened her doors to everybody, and I hated it all my life.
Why?
Because we had to share everything with everybody all the time, and when we left. Even though we're trying to help, we're trying to do things, we go to the house and I'm in the middle of 7. So all of us but one are gone, but there's still 10, 12 people in the house. And so I go in the house, I'm kicking people out. I'm going off on people. I'm doing this. And she's like, they're going to come right back when you leave, right?
Because we lived in Ohio. We were there for the weekend.
Right.
So when we leave, they probably was like, they packing up. Okay.
All right, let's go.
Yeah,
Let's go back in.
And I realized that, what? I can't run. Well, she said, you can't run 2 houses.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
But when she pointed out that my demeanor changed, that my anger changed, that everything, I started thinking about why I was angry, what my triggers were, what made me angry. And I started processing and said, God, release me from this. God,
so you went into prayer.
Yeah, help me get through this. Because there's certain things I could not get through by myself. Now, there are certain things I've never asked God to deliver me from. I've never asked God to deliver me from protecting my wife, protecting my kids. Because you come there, we can go there.
Period. Right?
So, but literally people are like, I'm so laid back and so calm and so, and some people take that for weakness. And it's not.
Nowhere near.
Not at all.
It's not, but it is literally me understanding the other side of where I could go, and I don't want to go there.
And I respect that. Because you ain't going to come up in here to the club up on VANNguard show. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely
We don't
not.
want them kind
we
of
was
problems.
welcomed in and we want to
Look,
come back.
we don't want them kind of problems. Look, I saw it inside and said, if you want to go there, I was like, okay. All right. So let's talk some more about your marriage, right?
Mhm.
And then we're gonna go into like keeping it real.
Okay.
Okay. So tell me the first time your marriage was really tested, where you all thought, did we make the right decision? Or maybe you never thought about that.
I think we were probably about 15 years in. I don't know. When I went into silent mode.
Was that Park Forest or South Holland? I think that was Park Forest.
I'm not sure. But we were probably about 15 years in. And it had to be South Holland.
It was South Holland.
He was a manager at
I don't think we're 15. It wasn't 15 in, but go ahead.
And he was always gone. like work hours. And I'm like, I wasn't used to that. So of course I'm like, I can't reach you. I mean, I don't even know if we had cell phones then.
You know what? We did have cell phones there. By the time that rolled around, we had cell phones. Wasn't really proficient on using them.
Right.
And I was gone a lot. I worked a lot. I was out of the house a lot. You at the time had a daycare at home. You were home with
Oh, so you had a home daycare.
home daycare,
Okay.
and you were home with the kids all day with no adult conversation.
Right.
Oh, that'll do it.
Barney and
Oh, girl,
Blue's Clues.
drive yourself crazy. Oh,
Right.
oh, I do not miss those days.
You know. And so
Oh.
I wanted the attention that I used to get. And when I didn't feel like I was getting it, I thought maybe somebody else was. So now I'm got all these stories forming in my head. Okay, you ain't come home at this time because of this. And I began to retreat because now I want to play detective. Because I can't ask you.
Right, right.
no.
So you know,
Right.
I gotta just do the
ask you.
obvious and ask, right?
Right.
No, I gotta go
So-
and find it
I gotta find it
so I can get you.
so I can get you.
And I didn't make it any better because I would say I would schedule myself from 9 o'clock to 5 o'clock, knowing I wasn't getting off at no 5. You know, I'm a retail manager. I'm not getting off at 5. You know,
Definitely not a retail.
and depending on which store I was at, if I'm all the way in Downers Grove or one of the other stores, I'm not getting off at 5. You know, but I would call her, you know, let her know, hey, I'm headed home. But on the way out the door, somebody stops me,
Oh,
and now an hour and a half later, I'm headed home. So
And
she
she
wants to know
like-
where I've been for, you know, for 3 hours or whatever.
mm-hmm.
You know, so what I had to start doing, this was a cell phone thing because I
Yeah.
remember doing this. I had to start waiting until I got in the car, and that car was rolling because people would chase my car down.
What?
Yes, they would. I get it, and once I was in that car, once I was in the car and the car was locked, I was like, "Call, I'm on my way home."
Okay. And
So-
that helped to kind of.
It eased it.
Well, look at your face, though. If y'all can see her face, baby, what she's saying and what I see.
Because by then I had formulated all these stuff in my head.
Okay, I got that.
And so when I asked him a question, if his answer didn't match my answer, even though his answer was probably the right answer because he knew what he was doing, you're lying.
So how did y'all get? Because that's conflict right there,
Mhm.
and that is the type of conflict that happens a lot in relationships, and sometimes it prohibits relationships to getting to the marriage part. So you're already in the marriage part, and for legitimate reasons, you're like, the math is not
Ain't not
mathing, right? And you like, well, I'm here at the store, and she's like, you know what I mean? Because now the women instincts and kicked up, and you know, women, we start feeling away, you know. So then how did you all kind of get past that? Like, what was the breaking point, if you will, where then you were able to peel back and then these conversations happened and then you could begin to build that trust? Because when you're in that situation, your trust is tested and you're like, I don't know how I can trust you. Because you'd have made this whole story up in your mind, man, innocent all day.
Yeah.
But in your mind, he is guilty.
Guilty.
So how do you get past that, you know, as a woman and as a wife? Ooh,
I almost want to say he had to prove himself.
how did he prove
And
himself?
he did.
What'd
and he
you do?
But it became annoying though.
He's like, I can't win for
Right,
losing.
because now he's like, I'm on 95th Street. I'm on 73rd Street. I'm at the stoplight. I
You
don't
was like,
want that.
you said, leave me alone.
Right.
Stop
'cause
calling
now
me.
I
Because-
gotta stop what I'm doing to answer your call.
Right.
It was over accountability because I was doing because I had a lack of accountability. I felt like I had to compensate for it by being overly accountable. And accountable to myself to make sure that, okay, I know I can't dip off nowhere because I told her I'm on 159th Street right by the Jewel. And if I'm on 159th Street right by the Jewel in Oak Forest, I need to be, you know, pushing that way. you
Right,
know?
right.
I mean, literally. So if I call her, when I call her, wouldn't just say I'm on my way home. I would tell her exactly where I was. It literally, I'm looking at the street sign, telling her exactly where I was. And to me, that was like, okay, that's me saying, hey, I'm not somewhere else. This is where I am. So you can kind of calculate in my mind, she can calculate in her mind how long it's going to take me to get home from there based on traffic, based on usual travel plan, all that stuff. But what I didn't realize is I didn't know I was annoying her. You know,
She said yes. And you were. But I think that's the investment part that
Yeah.
you were talking about early on. You know, like understanding, okay, we got a situation here and I got to solve this,
Yeah.
right? And I got to make sure my wife is okay and comfortable and protect her feelings and her emotions are protected.
Right.
Not only her being safe physically, but emotionally. Is there any part of the marriage where it was tested and you all thought that this is it? We should just walk away.
I can't say I ever felt that.
That's
One, I've
good.
always wanted my marriage.
Have you always wanted to get married?
I
Is
never
that the
wanted to
thing?
get married, but once I
Okay.
got married, I wanted to stay married.
Gotcha. And you were willing to do whatever it took to stay
Yes.
married.
And I
Okay.
told him, I mean, we had a house, we had a garage. You can go sleep in a garage.
Well, dang.
You're not leaving. I mean, at this point, we invested. At this point, this is on the job training. You're not about to take what you learned here and go give it to somebody else.
Oh, okay. Now
And then
come on,
the new wife
sis.
will be like, oh yeah, my husband did it.
And you like, I know he did it because I did it. I trained
told you how
him.
to do
I did
it.
that.
Wow.
Exactly.
You dating what I put together.
Exactly. That wasn't about
What
to
you
happen.
said? No, that's my investment. I
So
want a
we gonna have to
return
work
on my
this out.
investment.
Exactly.
Okay, give me some.
We're gonna have to work this
Come on,
out.
period.
See,
Sorry,
see.
that was a moment. We had
That's
to have
okay.
that
It's
moment
okay.
though.
It's okay.
But she's speaking nothing but the truth. Okay, but go ahead with you.
No, I was gonna say, but to our credit, one thing I don't believe in. I was looking to get married. I was looking for a wife. At I think it was 18, 19. I knew
Really, at 18 and 19,
I
you
knew
knew
I
you wanted to be married?
I knew I wanted to be married. I didn't know how to be a husband. I didn't know how to be a father. I didn't know none of that. I just knew I wanted to be married.
But why though?
You know, in hindsight, I really thought marriage was gonna fix me.
Oh, that's good.
I thought it was gonna take all of the stuff that I was dealing with and just fix it.
That's what. Now let's peel back them layers.
You
'Cause
know?
That's right. That's what I'm talking
You know,
about. Let's get
you
there.
know,
Let's go
and
there.
it really did. And I thought it was gonna, okay, I'm gonna get married and I'm gonna never have another lustful feeling again in my life. I'm never going to it's gonna correct my anger. I'm gonna get a job, make a whole bunch of money. I'm gonna have it's all of these things I thought it was gonna do, and it did some of them. It just took time. And it didn't take marriage. It took me.
Talk about that.
It took me. I had to not expect my wife or my marriage to fix what I had to fix for myself.
Yeah.
To be the husband that she needed, to be the father that my kids needed. And I didn't recognize that until I got into the marriage. It's like, oh wait, hold on, I got to do some things here. I got to grow up.
Oh, so you got married and was like, I got to grow up.
Yeah, I got to
The
grow
maturity
up.
kicked in when you said I do. Like, oh, hindsight. Okay, so you had to kind of go through the growing pains with him. And then did you go through growing pains with her, would you say?
I think so. I think we both had to shed our old selves.
And so you did that in the marriage.
In the marriage. We got married young.
You got married young. Okay, how old?
I was 24.
Oh, so
22.
You're babies. That's why you're like, I had to find myself. You're right.
Yeah.
You had to
We
find
got married
yourself.
young,
Yeah.
and we had been dating for 2 years prior to that.
Oh, so this was a quick one. This was like, oh, you're up. I found my good thing. I'm about to wife her up.
Yeah, let me tell you the story.
It wasn't easy.
It wasn't easy. Come on with it.
Let me
Let's
tell you the
go.
story.
Yes, I'm here.
We met on the campus of Wilberforce University where we went to school.
Okay.
I believe it was 318 Valentine. But
he got it down.
But me and my roommate, me and Craig, we were roommates. Her and our roommate Renee came to our room, and I'm not gonna say what was happening, but they came to our room, and Craig and Renee were talking because they went to high school together. They were talking, and only thing we said to each other was hi. I said hi to her. She said hi back. And then at a certain point in time, they got up and they left. I looked down at my roommate. I said, "That's the woman I'm going to marry."
Just like that.
Just like that.
So you just felt, you looked at it and you knew like it was something.
It was just like, it was, at the time I didn't know. I recognized it was the Holy Spirit or the Spirit within me telling me that this is the woman that you need that can put up with you.
Did you get
Somebody
the
should have
sense?
warned me.
Oh,
No.
you said no, not at all.
So
It's just
when we
being
walked
nice.
into that, right, when we walked into the room, my mom always said, when you walk into the room, you speak.
Right.
So I spoke.
Mhm.
When I left the room, I said bye.
And that was that.
That was it. Didn't think nothing else of it.
And he had already wifed you.
And they hit right. And he saw me on campus. He was very annoying. I'm like, oh my gosh. If you ever come to Chicago, I'm going to have all 5 of my brothers beat you up. I couldn't stand him. I could not stand him.
I'm cool with all 5 of her brothers. I'm cool with her brothers,
yeah.
her whole family. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, 35 years, you're
We're
definitely
cool.
cool. Y'all are cool. But I love the fact that you saw what you wanted and you went after that. That takes courageousness and boldness. And in this day and age, a lot of men don't have that same kind of courageousness and boldness. And sometimes they even get intimidated by women who are doing what the, self-sufficient. They're doing their thing. And they're like, oh, I'm not going to go after her because I don't have a chance with her. So why should I even
If
try?
come back around, I'll hop on it then.
Yeah.
No.
And then you were like, look, you both were doing your thing. You're in school.
We're doing our own thing.
You're doing your own thing. She's doing her own thing. She's pretty. She's respectful. And you still was like, I'm going for that.
Right. And the thing is, and she always tells the story that I chased her for 2 years, which I did.
You did?
But you know,
Did.
but
That's
you know what? She went around it too fast because I caught her.
So what you saying? She was trying to get caught low key. She wasn't running too fast.
But that in the midst of that chase, we didn't stop living our lives.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't stop seeing people. We didn't stop doing other stuff. We still lived our lives, and it was just a matter of the right timing.
Yeah,
it was a matter of the right timing. And the right approach and some growing up and it was just a matter of going through the process and understanding that when it's time, and she didn't stop her life. I didn't stop my life. I didn't put everything on hold. Spend the next 2 years stalking her.
Oh, the look. They're gonna look again. I'm gonna give you play-by-play of the looks just in case I was listening in because I need y'all to be here, be present. Okay, so listen, now we're gonna switch it up a little bit. We're gonna talk about just more, we're gonna keep it real for a little bit. Okay. So can marriages, and we're talking about real life struggles here, okay? Do you think marriages can survive betrayal or adultery?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe so. Again, it's a willingness. It's also, you don't forget the past because you want to know not to travel that path again, but you don't live in the past because it prevents you from getting to your future. So yes, with prayer, with commitment to each other, and if that means, leaving this circle where the person that you betrayed your spouse with is in that circle, you may have to uproot yourself from some things. Yes,
I agree, and I know when I think about that, I think about several things, but the biggest points are, first and foremost, you can't fix anything while you're still in it. Meaning that if you're still holding on to what you was holding on to, you're not going to be able to repair your marriage. If you still got whatever his or her name in your phone, and they still have access to you, you're not going to be able to fix anything. So you have to cut the access. You have to cut the availability, first and foremost. And then secondly, our philosophy is whoever broke it needs to fix it.
I like that.
And if I'm the offending party, I can't say, okay, we talked about this. Now you got to get over it.
Oh, wow. Do you hear that a lot sort of in your, because you all are, like I said before, they are, marriage coaches.
Yeah.
They run a marriage ministry, which you're going to tell us more about in a few. And they do counseling. They do counseling for married folks, engaged, and people who are dating with intention, like dating to get married.
Yes.
Right? Because what did you say earlier on, Michael?
What I said was, that was being facetious, but it was literally, we don't want to sit down with you, and we've done it. Sit down with you and your girlfriend this year. And then 6 months later, we sitting down with you and another girlfriend.
Right.
But what if he's just trying to find himself?
he needs to find himself before he finds her.
And he like, look, I'm finding myself with her, and her. I'm just finding myself with people.
So I mean, and you have to spend some time with yourself. You have to spend some time with yourself and getting to know who you are. And understanding who you are.
Have you seen in your work, marriages bounce back from betrayal or adultery, or did it require ongoing counseling for that? Because when the trust is broken there, I mean, I would assume, and I don't know because I've never been married and I don't know what adultery looks like, but I would assume that you're always going to carry that kind of with you, maybe not, of who you with, what you're doing. If your patterns are off, does that re-trigger? And so do you find that couples who've experienced this need ongoing counseling, or do they come back stronger if they decide to stay in the marriage as a result of this betrayal?
You don't necessarily need ongoing counseling if you're changing.
Okay.
If you're doing the same routine, then you need to continue counseling. But if you're going to continue doing the same routine, why are you even going to counseling?
So wait, then that leads me to the other question, right? Is divorce ever healthy? Is that ever a healthy option?
You can be healthy and get a divorce. You can be healthy and stay married. You can be unhealthy and get a divorce, and you can be unhealthy and stay married. I think it's up to what you choose to do. Ultimately, no matter what you decide, you have to fix yourself. You can work on the problem, but
you can't be the problem.
You can't be the problem. Yeah.
Oh.
And a lot of times, by the time people get to their second marriage or third marriage, they realize they're the problem.
Right. Well, you at the third or fourth, man.
Yeah, you're the problem. Had you stayed in your first marriage and just fixed who you were and corrected the problem, you all could have been. We've seen couples separate for 6 months. We had one couple that had separated. This man gave a testimony. He said they lost 10 years of their lives.
Oh, wow.
They lost 10 years of their lives because they didn't want to heal themselves and fix themselves and work on themselves. So they lost 10 years separated.
Wow.
And got back together and are happy as a result of it.
But you were 10 years separated, living apart.
Yeah.
Because you're stubborn.
Yeah. We don't
want to do the work.
We've seen couples get divorced and then turn around and get right back and get remarried.
Because they was like, I don't want nothing out there.
Exactly.
It's crazy out there.
It's crazy out there. I was just playing. I'm coming back home. So what do you say to those folks who say, okay, we're going to work through this. We're going to kind of figure this out. But there's an emotional disconnect there. How do you help in your counseling experiences and when you're talking to individuals to rebuild that emotional connection there?
First, they need to recognize the problem. And that's always one of our questions. Do both of you know what the issue is? Because you may think it's the dishes in the sink and you may think it's the socks on the floor. And it's really neither. So until you understand what the issue or the problem is, you're going to keep going around in a circle. You're going to keep coming back to a point where you're just not happy because you haven't addressed the issue. So once you recognize what the issue is, now you need a plan of how to fix it together. Not just you do your part and you do your part. How can we fix this together? So when it comes around again, because it will, we'll know how to address it.
In you all's relationship, now I'm gonna get in y'all business.
Go ahead.
Because you told me it was an open book.
Go ahead.
So
Go
just
ahead.
for y'all knowing, I'm not just being nosy. I asked them for permission before I got nosy. And they said it was okay.
It's okay.
So don't come for me out there, all right? Because I think that people love y'all so much. So I got to make sure that I, let people know, like, don't be trying to come after me trying to defend the Koopas, right?
I'm like,
they be like, Victoria, you had to do that. I'm like, wait, they said it was okay. Have you all? Has there been adultery in your marriage?
No. Well, has it?
No.
Wait, your look different than my look. Oh no.
No.
Oh, y'all got me snorting.
Did you have a different look, or was it just me?
Girl, look, I ain't in this.
Okay.
I
Wait, you
I
just
ain't
got
in it. I got it started.
You can't leave the business now.
Oh,
It
okay.
was the look of what you. I'm letting you answer first.
Okay. Yes.
So
no.
it was no, sis. It was
Correct.
no, because we ain't taking our earrings off. Okay.
No,
Because
not
we
this
don't
time.
want. Look, you don't want that kind of heat. Because I ride. All right. So, all right. So was there ever a time, where it says in the Bible, even if you haven't committed the physical act, the lust of it all? Has there ever been a time when neither one of you all desired another marriage, desired maybe someone else, desired to say, oh, you know what, I love this, but is there something more? Could I be in a better marriage if this and this was done better? Or, you know what I mean? Like, have you ever gotten a point 35 years? And I think it's amazing where there's ever been a point where you felt like, am I settling in this respect because I don't want to, get divorced because I'm in it to win it now.
Right.
But I do feel like I might be settling here, but he's a champion over here. So I'm compensating that, because I know in real talk, relationships are like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so I'm asking you all, because I know you've probably experienced this, probably with your coaching and counseling, but have you ever walked that path? And if so, what did that look like for you two in terms of, and this might be an individual question, like, okay, now what did that look like for me? What kind of work did I have to do inside to get that out? And this is why Pastor Winston is my pastor.
Okay.
And he talked about it. He says it all the time. He had to go into prayer. He said he met Sister Veronica. Hey, Pastor Winston. And everything was good. And then the enemy got in his ear, and then he started just nitpicking at her. Then he had to go into the word, and he had to read the word every day, profess, my wife is great. My wife is, and then that turned around and he broke that thing up off of them. But the enemy will come to steal a marriage, and so when you start talking about that and it get in your head, and you with this person every day and things, and you're growing and you're maturing, you're evolving, had that ever been a situation for you all?
It has not for me. There was when that trust issue was broken, when he wasn't where he's supposed to be, when he said he's going to be there, I always thought,
when you stopped talking to me?
Yeah.
For a period of how long?
2 years.
Okay.
Whoa. Back that up.
Let's say that. Yeah, I just want to make sure that out there.
See, Michelle.
But I didn't want to leave my marriage.
But when you played in my face, though. How you gonna play in my face?
I didn't want to talk to him.
But okay, so y'all was in the same
no
house.
meaningful conversation.
None. When he had built, we had a garage that he was gonna sleep in, right? He made a family room out of it for the daycare. And so when he pulled into the driveway, I can see the headlights. I would go upstairs, go to bed. It'd be 6 o'clock. I don't care. I'm done for the day. Because I didn't want to talk to him. I didn't want to smell him. I didn't want to look at him. He did all the cooking. There's many days I went to bed hungry because I didn't want to eat because he cooked.
Because he cooked.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I was just
2 years.
2 years of silence.
And during that time, a couple things broken. Essentially, we actually went to a marriage retreat ourselves.
Okay.
I took her. I had one of our friends paid the deposit for us to go to a marriage retreat because I knew I couldn't pay it out of our account because she would know.
Right. Y'all missed the face again. But
and what happened was she did it, and I was planning on us going to this retreat, kind of not a surprise, but I was going to spring it on her at the last minute. We get in the car and go. Well, the lady who's hosting the retreat decided, she needed more information, so she called. And she called her.
Oh, Lord.
I'm like, I didn't know she had a phone number. So she was like, what? So long story short, we get to the retreat. It was up in, I forget, somewhere in Wisconsin. And the whole 4-hour drive, she's looking out the window. The whole 4-hour ride.
Ooh.
Okay.
But why was you doing him like that? You had no proof, sis.
I was just thinking I'll find something one day. It had to be something.
It just had to be. Because you couldn't be wrong.
Together.
Because you couldn't be wrong. So it had to be.
It had to be something.
And
I wasn't even watching like reality shows.
Because you were the reality show.
And we went through that. We got through the retreat, and they helped. They talked to her, the women who were there, and it worked out. But we got home. But ultimately, and in all transparency, I prayed, and I've shared this story before. I prayed at some point during that process. I said, God, release me from this marriage.
Okay, and I like this transparency because that's what I'm talking about. Those conversations that you have privately.
I'm like, I didn't know where I was going to go, what I was going to do. I didn't want to be with nobody else, but it was like, okay, why do I have to keep going through this? Why is this my burden to carry? It was a very selfish prayer, to be 100% honest. But God literally said, no, you broke it, you fix it. You broke it, you fix it.
God
You know.
said this a covenant, baby.
You know,
Where you going?
and so ultimately, what I ended up having to do when she would go up to the room, I would go up into the bedroom, close the door, stand in front of the door, and pray.
Oh wow.
She was
Look
on the
at
bed.
that.
She was on the bed.
And you didn't even know that he was standing in the gap and
No.
make up the hedge
No,
for
no,
your
I
marriage.
was standing in the room when she was in the room, but I know she couldn't.
But
touch
she
me
didn't
after-
know.
No.
No.
Right. So that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
You didn't even know that your husband was standing in the gap
I
and
had
making
no
up the
idea.
hedge for the marriage because he was quietly saying, I'm done. I
Yeah.
can't do this anymore. And he went to God and God said, I don't care. You gotta fix it.
Yeah. And so it eventually went from the door to the foot of the bed. Then from the foot of the bed, I touch her foot. She moved her foot away. So I just touched, then eventually she let me touch her foot. Then eventually I had to get up there and hold her hands. And ultimately, God showed me that I had to be the husband for the wife that I wanted. I had to.
I'm gonna need you to look at each one of those cameras and say that again.
So God showed me that I had to be the husband for the wife that I wanted. I had to think about all the things I wanted in a wife and literally transform myself and allow God to transform me into that husband. And then he'll do the rest.
And he will.
He'll do the rest.
And he did.
And he did. That was a whole sermon. Let me tell you something. That's a whole show in and of itself. I'm gonna have y'all come back for a part 2.
Come on.
So just so
That's
you
all
know,
right.
it's
That's all
gonna
right.
happen because we're not gonna be able to unpack all of this in this 55 minutes.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Well, hold on real quick. 708-223-8953. If you got a question, you all call in while we're going through this. I'm pretty sure there's questions out there. If you feel like you got a question, by all means, if you all want to do a shout out, because I see people on your live, you want to say hi to them real quick.
Hey, Stephen.
Hey,
Hope
Stephen.
you're feeling better.
That's my brother from another mother. He was in a
Yes.
hospital bed not too long ago.
Mm,
I went to visit him and they didn't know.
mm.
He was stable but sick. But God touched his body, and I see him right there now, and I'm my God.
Amen.
Yes.
Amen. All right.
You know,
Come
but
through.
I see some of my home, my niece on there, Shady and
Shout them
Lanai.
out real quick. Shout them
And
out.
Pastor Dennis Daniels is on there. Pastor D, me and Pastor D grew up together, and we both good, well-mannered boys.
The lies you tell.
Yep.
The lies you tell right now.
But him and his wife have been married a little bit longer than us, actually. They do online. He does an online series called Mate Talk, #Mate Talk. So if you go on Facebook, put in #Mate Talk, you'll see what him and his wife are doing. So,
That sounds great. All
Yeah.
right. So everybody know.
yeah.
So now that we took a little break and did some shout outs and put the number out there, now let's get back into these questions.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So now we're going to move into single world.
Okay.
And then we're going to come full circle with you all telling us exactly what you do. I want you to talk about the books. I want you to tell us about the retreats. And then I want you to give all your social media handles and tell them, how they can reach you if they need counseling or coaching, whatever. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So this is for single moms and single women like myself. So what would you say to me, who's a single mom looking for a partner? What should I look for in my partner?
I would say don't settle.
Okay.
Start there.
Okay.
Decide what you want. Decide what you're willing to do. Because as we said in the beginning, it takes work.
A lot of work, it seemed like.
Oh, yeah. But I would say know who you are first. Know who you are, what you bring to the table, and what plate you willing to eat off of.
Oh, that's good. Y'all hitting with these one-liners. I'm trying to tell you, there's a lot of hashtags going on.
Yes.
Know what plate you want to eat off of. And sir, what advice would you have for me?
I would have several things.
Oh Lord.
Men will stay where they're comfortable as
Yeah.
long as you let them. Take
Ooh,
that
that's
however you
good.
want.
That's good. No,
Men will
keep
stay.
going.
Men will stay. Most men know within the first. I won't even put a time frame, but they know pretty quickly if you're the one. If they have not expressed that to you or somebody within their circle, their mom, their sister, their best friends, you're not the one. They're just comfortable.
Ooh.
And they will be comfortable for years
Until they get to
until
the one
they meet the one they want, and then we've seen them. They break up with leave a long-term relationship, 5 years, 10 years, 5 years, 7 years, and within 12 to 24 months, they're married.
Wow, y'all seen that before, huh?
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Because they
They was just passing through.
It was just pass. That was a long pass.
Yeah.
But if you want, I'll tell people, men and women, if you want an apple, find yourself an apple. If you want an orange, find yourself an orange. Don't try to find an orange and turn them into an apple.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know.
We got a caller. Go ahead.
You know.
Welcome to the VANNguard Show. Who is on the line?
Hi, my name is Katrina.
Hi, Katrina. Thanks for calling in. You got a question for the Coopers?
I do have a question for the Coopers. I am recently separated from my husband. It's been 2 years since we've been separated. And there was infidelity, and there was some trauma between the both of us. And we want to work it out, but I don't see a reason why. I still love my husband, but I don't see us getting back together. Is there something that we need to work on separately, or do we work on it together, or should we just call the quits? Because neither one of us has signed the papers yet.
I would never advise you to call it quits because it's not over till it's over. Definitely work on individually what caused the issue. If you want to make it work, you have to act like you want to make it work. Meaning you have to work towards being together like you did when you first started dating, when you first got engaged, when you first got married. You made an effort to be with one another. You made an effort to, forgive one another. You step on my toe. Oh, these my new shoes. Oh, I'm sorry, babe. Okay, let's go. No. I mean, you have to do that at this point as well. But you also have to see change in the behavior.
And over these 2 years, have you guys asked yourself the question, have you done anything to work towards being together, or have you got to just pretty much live your own separate lives? Because you can't just go from being a single separated person to being a married person again. It doesn't happen overnight like that. There's some work that has to be done, like my wife said, and you all have to decide. Well, first of all, if there's been any, I tell folk all the time, if there's been any physical violence or anything like that, definitely don't go back into that, because you can't fix anything if somebody's dead. So let's not do that. But if everything is safe, you can work to fix just about anything. I've seen marriages restored and recovered from, you name it, just about anything, with the help of God. With the help of God, and there has to be a willingness to submit to God and God's direction for your life, and He will guide you. He will heal your heart. He will heal your mind. He will touch your spirit, and He will show you all the way to get back together. And then you bring somebody alongside of you, to walk alongside of you, to help guide you, to show you the direction that you need to go, because it may not be easy, and you're going to have a lot of naysayers, a lot of people people who love you, who won't understand why you're trying to do this, who are going to be in both of your ears, trying to drag you back. And I tell people all the time that people who love you will hurt you. People that love you will hurt, not intentionally. They're trying to protect you, but ultimately they will hurt you.
Yeah, so we have been living 2 separate lives for the past 2 years. And so it's like when I was trying, he wasn't. Now that he's trying, I'm like, I'm done. But I still love him. I still think that we can be friends. The marriage part is where I'm kind of stuck, because I don't want to feel like I have failed at something else again. So that's for me. But thank y'all.
You're so welcome.
Yep. Thank you. And if you want to join our Facebook group, just look us up on Facebook. It's C2B1, #C2B1. We have a Facebook group and page. You can put your questions there, ask questions within the group, and reach out to folks, and people will, help you out. Come alongside of you, and give you their experiences.
Okay, I'll definitely do that. Thank y'all so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you for calling.
No problem.
All right, bye. That was good.
Yes.
All right. Well, you guys keep the calls coming in. That is the whole point why I wanted to make sure that the phone number was present. I wanted to make sure that you all knew about the phone number to call in, because questions like this matters, right? And so that is why you all are here, right? Because I want you all to have these real conversations with people. And then thank you so much for Katrina for being so vulnerable and sharing your story, you know, because there's healing in truth, and there's strength in vulnerability. I always say that, and that's absolutely the truth. Now, you did message and say that there was a way for people like Katrina, and couples like Katrina rather, to get help and have that support, but you said it so fast, so I couldn't even look. And I'm right here next to you, and I was like, #who?
I talk fast.
Slow it down.
Yeah, I'll slow it down,
and then do it again for me.
Yep. Our Facebook page is C2B1. If you go put C2B1 into the Facebook search, two things will come up. You'll see Couples Committed to Becoming One, which is a page, and then you'll see C2B1, which is a group. But you select one, we'll guide you to the other. Okay. But the group is where it's a private group. You ask your private questions.
Okay, that's good to know.
Okay.
So it's a private group. So there's if I want to have a question and I don't want everybody knowing my business, there's opportunity for me to get to you all and have these private conversations.
Yes. Right.
So let's lead into that since we're there, because I think what needs to happen now before I get back to my other questions, because I got more questions for me. So, but on a real talk though, I really want to kind of pivot, if it's okay with you all, to really talk about what you do. I think that phone call is a perfect segue to talk about what you all do, and then your contact information. And I'll be sure to repost it again, you all out there on social media, but this is definitely an opportunity to kind of open up that door of contact. So let's first start with your book, right? What you do, the retreats, and then how to get in contact with you.
Okay, so we are co-authors in 2 anthologies. One is called Masters of Marriage, and the other one is called
Reboot Your Marriage, the anthology.
Right. And it's like one has maybe 50 couples, 30 couples, and they're telling their stories. It's really, really good book. And then the second one has about 18 couples, and they're also telling their stories. And each couple is different. Get you a copy. I promise you won't be disappointed.
Where can I get the copies?
So on our website.
Okay.
C2B1ministry.com.
You said it too fast.
C, the number 2, B, the number 1, ministry.com.
There you go. Bam. Okay.
Yeah. And also on our website, C2B1ministry.com, there's couple things you can do there. We're giving away a free PDF, a free book.
Oh, okay.
A free book. It's called, Reignite and Reconnect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Reignite. It's just a short guide. You go there, put your information in, and you'll automatically be emailed the book. And it's a great way to sit down with your partner and have some of the difficult conversations, but in a fun way. In a fun way.
Okay.
In a fun way.
I like that. So that kind of guides the conversations and break down those barriers, right?
Yes.
Through this book. That's good.
Yeah.
I know that's changing marriages and saving marriages just from that book alone. Because
Definitely.
sometimes we just don't know how to get the conversation started in the way that we want to receive it, the way that we should receive it, right? Okay. So let's talk about these retreats.
So we have a retreat each year in July for married couples. That's not for the seriously dating or the engaged.
Wait. Say it again.
Not for the seriously dating or engaged. That is for the married couples. This year it'll be in Deerfield. It'll be July 17th through the 19th. That information is also on our website. And then every month we host some type of fellowship. It's like cocoa and conversations. We did a paint ship where you paint and fellowship. We did do chili cook-off every November. So each month we try to do something different.
Question, because when you mentioned food, you got me. I'm not married, but can I comment? Dang, I can't get no chili. I feel like y'all a little prejudiced against the single people because we got to eat too.
See, I'm looking at somebody on my feed that would agree with you.
See? I could take a bowl to go. I mean, dang.
And our monthly meetings are held at our church.
Okay, and what church is that?
It's New Hope Christian Community Church in Moni, Illinois.
When you say our church, what do you mean by our church?
Not our church. I'm
Church we attend.
The church
Oh,
we attend.
okay,
I was going to clarify with church that we attend.
Okay.
We attend. The pastor is Reverend Dr. James E. Hunt.
Okay.
I'm one of the executive pastors down there. But
where is it located at?
It's in Moni. It's in Moni, 4700 West Court Street in Moni.
Okay.
But it's a great place, a great location, a loving church for anybody who's looking for a church home. It's the kind of place you can go to work. It's the kind of place you can go to heal, to serve. And believe it or not, there's a lot of people who have been damaged in church.
We're going to talk about church hurt in a few minutes. So let's put a pin in that because we're coming back to that.
And this is one of those churches that you can go to and receive that healing that you need.
That's good.
As a place.
That's real good. That's good. So you told everybody about your retreats. Mm-hmm. And you also was very discriminatory because you said that
like a chili cook-off
right,
couples.
you know what I mean? Right.
Okay.
That's bogus. That's okay. And then you got the church. Now, if I can't make it to Moni, is there a virtual option?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on this. It's a New Hope Christian Community Church is available on Facebook, on our church app, as well as Facebook church app website and on YouTube.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
And then you talked about you also do, counseling sessions, right?
Coaching.
We do
coaching sessions. And that's now here's the deal. This is why I keep saying counseling and coaching, because in my mind, I want to believe that you all are therapists, licensed there, because the way you got it down pat. Really at the end of the day,
we are licensed facilitators.
See, but in my mind, you done already passed all of that. So I keep on putting I'm speaking it into existence. How about that? But right now, as of now, you're a coaches.
Yes.
And so if I wanted to get, I can't because someone being prejudiced over here. But if someone was looking to receive coaching, private lessons with their spouse, their mate, how do they get in contact with you? Is there a phone number or email or something that they could? How does that work?
It's the same way. We try to keep everything isolated onto c2b1ministry.com. If you go there, there's a coaching tab.
Okay, good.
If you go there, there's a tab to buy books.
Okay.
We have a new thing coming up. It's going to be almost like a retreat at home, if you will.
Explain.
Yeah. It's called a Couples Connection Experience. Couples Connection Experience that we're going to be offering couples that who don't want to fly to Chicago or who doesn't necessarily want to commune with a whole bunch of people, but they still want the retreat experience.
I like that.
They will have the opportunity to subscribe to our Couples Connection Experience, and we will send them a personalized retreat once a quarter.
Oh, wow. Now, you all are really y'all doing some really good work. You are going, there's no distance in the spirit. And I tell you guys are reaching to the ends of the earth with this, and you're saving so many relationships. And not only relationships, I could say generational hurt. You're preventing that, because it's something to be said when a couple divorced and there's kids involved. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a whole nother level of trauma that's there. And if they could be a part of one of your retreats and they could, get something that drops in their spirit that'll help them to work through it and fight for it and reinvest and, serve, you're doing God's work. You know what I mean? And on a whole nother level. And God don't play about marriage.
At all.
You know what I mean? Okay, so I see questions on my Facebook page, but number one, you all, I don't got my glasses, so I can't see. So that's that. And then my phone is so far away, I can't see. So I'm saying, if you got a question, call in 708-223-8953. If not, I could get to the questions after Facebook Live, or Team Cooper will get to the questions, because I'm not doing their job. Don't look at me. Don't look for me. I'm trying to crash the party, so you don't want my advice. All right. So now we're going to switch back to single women and single moms. Okay. What red flags do Christian women ignore because they're trying to be patient? Oh, I love the giggle. That must have been a good question.
Can I say something before you say that, though?
Go ahead.
I think Christian single people have been neglected in the church.
Break that down.
And because they're told to wait on their spouse, to wait on their Boaz.
Absolutely.
And to,
that's how we're trained.
And And there's nothing wrong with that, but nobody ever tells them that it's okay to be complete as a single person, that you are whole, and that yes, you want to find a mate. He who finds a wife finds a good thing, but you have to be complete as a person, and it's okay you're not less than because you're not married.
Yeah.
Oh, that is good. And they teach you that. And that's a part of the church hurt that I was going with. And I'm loving that we just everlasting kind of like we're flowing through this, because that church hurt is real.
Yeah.
And you hear that a lot, like, okay, I'm less than because I'm single. And you have women and men both in church. And sometimes their sole purpose is to find someone rather than to get the word and to grow with God and grow their walk. They're out there hunting. And then you find, and I'm just going to keep it 100. You'll find predators who intentionally go to church to prey on women, and particularly Christian women who have that philosophy. I'm waiting on my Boaz,
and
right?
He's in the church. I must have found him.
And meanwhile, that's a devil right there. That devil in a nice suit. So, and then that type of church hurt, follows both women and men alike.
Right.
And then they turn away from the church. And eventually they start turning away from God.
Yes.
Right. So I know you've had this experience, and I know this is a common, narrative that you might have heard before. What do you tell people like that who've had that type of church hurt and trauma? And because you had all this stuff for married people. I mean, I'm just saying. Where the single people at? Like, where's the stuff for the single people in the church? Because if not, we're gonna be stuck with the predators coming in there trying to get us. So, but on a serious note, though, what are some of the red flags that we should look at and be aware of when you're in that situation? And then pivoting back again to what you're saying, you got to be a whole person first, right? And grow yourself so that you kind of don't fall into just whoever seems nice and in the church with a Bible in the suit, right?
Right.
So talk to me about talk to me about those red flags. Talk to me about the trauma the church trauma rather, pardon me. And then just talk to us about some real life type of strategies. Like, how do we avoid those potholes? I mean, let's just keep it real.
Be patient. I mean,
I was patient. That's what
but you want to rush and say, so hold on, my clock is ticking.
That's what,
but it's not your clock. It's not your time.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Because listen, some of these questions are some of the questions I asked my friends.
Okay.
Because I was like, I'm about to be on the show, and they were like, ask this question. I was like, okay, so these are like just questions that are keeping 100% real, and I've heard that a lot. Like, be patient, but that's what they're saying. Like, I am patient, and now I'm just gonna, my clock is ticking. I'm gonna run out of time, and then I'm just gonna settle with this fake Boaz because he seemed like he did.
We're broken now.
But my question would be: you being patient, but what are you doing while you're being patient?
Oh, that's good. Now,
are you going out to meet people? Are you going out to socialize, or are you just waiting for the right person to come along? But you don't even know what the right person is because you don't even know what you like.
That part. So talk more about that.
I just want to ask, what are you doing in your patient season?
Okay. Now, what kind of things should they be doing in their patient season?
Being around people that you are interested in. People always say, well, I can't help who I fall in love with. Yes, you can. Because if I'm not hanging out with someone I don't want to fall in love with, I won't fall in love with you because I won't get to know you.
Mm-hmm.
So and you can't help who you fall in love with because you're gonna not be in certain situations to become comfortable with this person. Now, I'm in love. Well, that's because that's all you know.
Oh, because yes, by default now at this point, is what you're saying. Mm-hmm.
And sadly, the vast majority of adult males are single, not married, and women are dating and having kids with the same men, unfortunately. And what's happening is because the people that we trying to say it in such a way, no,
just break it down.
No,
just come on.
No, but seriously, I mean, in order to find somebody, you have to leave the areas that you're comfortable with.
Well, what if I'm just being a deviant voice right now.
Yeah.
Okay. And what if, okay, we're gonna have to, this is so good. I don't even want to stop, but we're gonna have to stop soon because
Yeah.
we're gonna get kicked out.
Yep.
But before that, well, what if golly, I forgot my question because that was really good what you were saying. But
Leave the comfort zone.
what if my comfort zone is the church? Thank you.
If your comfort zone is the church, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with.
But what if that's the
comfort
marketplace
zone
for the
is
predators?
church? But I was going to say that a lot of if the wolves are coming into the church to get the sheep,
Oh, come on now.
and you don't necessarily have a pastor who's a church who's observant enough to see that these people are there and to be able to put them down, you may have to meet your spouse, your Boaz at the gym. You may
Okay.
have to meet him at the grocery store.
Okay.
And he who finds a wife finds a good thing. A lot of men who are looking for their good thing aren't looking for the ones in church.
Mm.
I mean, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with people, women or men in the church, but a lot of times you walked past him at the grocery store and he saw you, was like, ooh, I think that's her. But you didn't. A lot of times we don't pay attention to the people who pay attention to us because they don't look a certain way. They don't dress a certain way. They don't act a certain way. And honestly, if a person's not dressed a certain way, you can change that. A lot of superficial stuff that we pay attention to, a lot of superficial stuff that turns us off, a lot of superficial stuff like, I need this person to be this tall, but they're 2 inches shorter, so I can't deal with that.
Gotcha.
A lot of stuff that we think is so important. Do they love God more than they love me? These are the questions that you should be asking. Do they love God more than they love me? If they have kids, how do they treat their kids? Did they treat their mother? How do they interact with their sisters? Are they healed? Do they pray? How big are their pecs? Do they have a 6-pack? What kind of car they drive? How old is that car? Now you might want to know what the credit score is and what kind of job they have and all this stuff, but realistically, when we got together, we didn't have anything. We built everything together.
That's good.
And to me, that was an advantage for us.
Right.
Because we didn't have to go through his stuff, my stuff. It's just our
Our
stuff.
stuff. Yeah, I like that. It's just our stuff.
But if you're in your 30s, if you're in your 40s, you got some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to figure out, okay, am I willing to be with somebody? If I have this much stuff and they have this much stuff, is it going to work? I don't know. These are questions you have to ask yourself. And a lot of times we put too much emphasis on the material and the superficial, and not the things that are the most important that's going to make marriages last. What is he going to do when I get sick? Because a lot of people, according to nurses and doctors, a lot of husbands walk away when their wives get sick.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
that's good. I mean, I didn't know that. I wish you would, future husband, walk away from me, because when I get well, coming. It's me and you. I'm coming to find you. No. All right. So I'm gonna wrap up with this closing question. What does a thriving marriage require in 2026 that maybe it didn't require 30 years ago?
Commitment to God. It required it then, but it wasn't as, I want to say, the top priority is like, okay, y'all love God, but I'm gonna go do this. If you follow God, we do the little pyramid. God is at the top and the husband and wife is at the end. If you following God, you'll meet. That triangle is gonna get smaller.
I like that.
I think you have to drown out the noise.
Yeah.
I think there's so much background noise, social media, friends, family, kids. There's so much stuff that people allow to come between them. An analogy that we've used and that we've seen is that if you put your kids in between you, eventually the kids are going to leave and that space is still going to be there. And you're going to have to learn how to reconnect.
Mm-hmm.
So you all stay there, me and her against the world.
I like that.
And the world goes
around you all. I like
and we
it.
engage the world together.
Oh, and you engage the world
And work-
together, and they holding hands, y'all. That was so cute. Okay, y'all, look, our time is up. Thank you so much for joining the VANNguard Show. I will see you here next Wednesday at 6:00, where I will have KI the Third. You do not want to miss that show. Thank you again, Michael and Michelle,
Thank you for
the
having us.
Koopas. And will you come back again?
Absolutely.
Okay. Again, share your social medias. Follow us on intellectual.com, Intellectual Radios on YouTube, VANNguard